I'm Rhiannon from RT1home, and today I have Neko here with me, and we're going to show you how to grow herbs from seed.
Hi everyone. So I haven't grown herbs from seed before, and Rhiannon says it's very easy, so I'm really looking forward to learning how to do this. And today we're going to be growing dill, basil, and cilantro. And now Rhiannon's going to go over what materials you need to do this at home.
Right, so some of the materials you need, and of course these are just recommended. You can use whatever you have at home or on hand. First, you're going to need water, of course. I highly recommend using a spray bottle just so that you don't drown your seeds when you're watering them. Next, you're going to need something to label your seeds with. We're using wooden popsicle sticks. You can use tape and paper, whatever you have. Next, you're going to need permanent marker or Sharpie, just so when you write your seed names, when they get wet, they don't smear. Then you're going to need some sort of potting mix. This is our house mix. This is a mixture of organic soil, coconut coir, Chikutan Charcoal, and Perlite. Okay. And then you're going to need a container for your seeds. We're using an egg carton. This is something really inexpensive and something a lot of you are already going to have on hand at home. It's also completely biodegradable, so very eco-friendly. And then of course you're going to need your seeds. These are our organic herb seeds. Over here I've started growing some examples for you. These I planted probably about a little over a month ago. So as you can see, the dill and the cilantro are growing a little bit faster than the basil seeds. And then we have everything on our potting tarp. This is just an older sample we have, and this is the standard size. So now we're going to show you how to get started.
Okay, so what do we do first?
Okay, so first you're going to put the soil into the containers.
Okay. Let's do that. Do I just dump it all in there?
Just fill it up as high as you can go.
Okay. I'll do these back sides first. I think we should, there we go, that's a little easier. And we can kind of just make it pretty as we go, right?
Yeah, it doesn't need to be pretty.
So I had a question about the soil. You said it had 3 things in it. It had perlite, coconut husk, and Chikutan charcoal, right?
Yeah.
What is the benefit of having all that stuff?
So I really like using the coconut coir because it's really light and airy. So when you use it, it's really easy for the seeds to germinate or to sprout. One of the reasons I don't like to only use it is because it doesn't really have a lot of nutrients in it. So that's why it's great to mix with soil for seed starting. And then the charcoal is a nice additive because it helps drain your soil. So that way your water will drain more easily, and it's, prevents root rot or mold, and helps prevent, it's antibacterial, so it helps prevent fungus growth. Okay. So that looks,
does that look good?
Looks pretty good. That one might need a little bit more soil. Back corner. Okay. So which one do you want to start with?
Let's see. Let's start with the mammoth dill.
Okay. So open up your seed pack.
So we're going to use the mammoth dill.
And then while he's doing that, I'm going to help write the names. And so I'm going to put today's date so that you can track when you planted it. And then, so today's the 14th. It's also really good to write when the seeds actually germinate. That way you can track how long it takes for it to grow.
Okay, another question. There are
Yes.
a bunch of seeds in here. How many do I put in there?
So dill,
Should I just dump this out?
you can just to show. There you go. So dill isn't too small. You probably only want to put 2 to 3 seeds per pod. I highly recommend doing more than 1 seed, just so in case one doesn't germinate, you have more chances for germination.
Okay.
And again, these are just recommendations. There's so many different ways that you can grow from seed, or that you can start growing from seed. That's good. Yep, so just place them on top. And then the other way to people always ask what the planting depth should be for the seeds, and the rule of thumb is generally the size of the seed is how much soil you should put on top of it. So these are pretty small, so you could put just a really thin layer
Should I
of
stamp them
soil.
down?
Just try to make sure they're kind of evenly spaced, so if they all do sprout, they don't grow together and the roots don't get tangled.
So there, let's clean this up.
So you put 2 to 3 seeds in each pot.
Put a little bit more than 2 to 3. I put maybe
Okay.
4.
Okay, someone's a little generous. So then I'm going to give these a quick mist. So again, you don't want to drown them. You just want to keep them moist. And then let's put another thin layer, very thin over top. Should have covered. And then you asked earlier, do you stamp them down? And no, you don't want to pack them too tight. You want to make it easy for them to grow and to sprout. So
Don't do that.
don't press them down too hard.
Okay.
And then one more little mist. Okay, and then let's put the name tag. Okay, one done.
So
Next.
this will be all these one.
Yep.
All right. Next, let's go and do basil.
Okay.
Let's just sew this one pretty good.
It's okay, just repeat.
All right. And these basil are pretty small too, huh?
Yeah, so again, I would just do 2 to 3 seeds. Same thing as you did with the dill, and maybe even less soil.
Yeah, those are very tiny.
I'm going to write the name. Today's the 14th.
I guess that's a little more generous than I should have been. Is it okay to stamp them with your finger like this to pick them up?
Sure. Spray, and then do another really light layer. Oh, let's do it like this. Just basil. Yeah, sorry.
Is that good enough?
That's good. Okay.
Okay.
And then next, cilantro.
So cilantro is a bit bigger.
Yes. So when you have larger seeds, you really don't need to do several in one pod. You can just do one, but I like lots of cilantro, so maybe do 2.
2? Why not maybe more? Each?
If you have a bigger container, you could do more, but the reason that you want to space these out is so that, like for this example, you would want to space that out more, because if both of those sprout, their roots are going to get tangled, and one of them possibly will die because the roots will get strangled and it won't make it. Seedlings are very fragile, so you want to make it as easy as possible for them.
I separated them. And I kind of buried them on their own too, without adding more soil. That's okay.
Okay.
I'll sprinkle a little more, I guess.
You could, yeah. So with cilantro, because it's a bigger seed, you could put a little bit more soil on top. Okay, and then a quick mist. Okay. So as you can see, super easy. That's pretty much it. Now you want to keep your seeds in a sunny windowsill, or if you have grow lights, that's a great way to kind of have more controlled lighting with your seeds. Some seeds don't require light to germinate, so I highly recommend always checking, whether it's on your seed pack or just a quick Google search, if the seed you're trying to grow requires light to germinate. And then again, always check what the care is once your seeds do start sprouting, so that you need to keep them, in full sun, partial sun, whatever it may require. Okay?
So when should we start seeing the first little
The
sprouts?
So this is on here. On each seed pack, you can see the germination date. So for example, dill should start germinating or sprouting in 5 to 7 days. Basil, 5 to 11 days.
And cilantro, it says 7 to 15 days.
Yes. So again, you can always check the seed pack, or again, a quick Google search will be an easy way to get more information on the specific seeds you're trying to grow.
So where should we put these?
In a sunny window.